Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén muy, pero muy bien. Arriba mi gente positiva, mi nombre es Julio Ávila de lemprende.com. Hoy hablaremos del libro Ángeles y Demonios del escritor Dan Brown. Bueno, hablaremos de la fecha de publicación, número de copias vendidas, más del escritor. Adjunto de este video, más adelante te presento una entrevista de este famoso escritor. Acompáñenme. Publicado en mayo del año 2000, cuenta con 606 páginas. La historia comienza con un asesinato en un laboratorio y el robo de un contenedor de antimateria que, si no se recupera dentro de las próximas 24 horas, explotará. El contenedor ha sido llevado a la Ciudad del Vaticano por una sociedad secreta conocida como los Illuminati. La investigación inicial de Landon en Roma revela los asesinatos de 4 cardenales asesinados en forma que imitan los 4 elementos: tierra, viento, agua y fuego. Por otro lado, Victoria es tomada como rehén durante la investigación y Landon, todavía buscando el bote faltante, está decidido a salvar a su colega también. Finalmente la encuentra en la Basílica de San Pedro.
How's it going?
Wonderfully.
So I will introduce at first in Spanish to the audience, and after that I will perhaps translate to you.
I speak Spanish pretty well, so
Spanish?
I understand it very
That's
well.
great, that's
He olvidado casi todo, pero puedo.
Muy bien, muy bien. Hey, ¿qué tal, coleccionistas? Bienvenidos a una nueva entrevista del canal. Hoy tengo el honor de estar aquí con Dan Brown. Welcome.
Thank you.
Él es el autor de El Código Da Vinci, por supuesto, de Ángeles y Demonios y de Inferno. Inferno, you're actually the last book you write, and the last movie it's coming out. How's it going with Inferno?
It's been an absolute joy, pleasure, and a whole lot of fun to watch this movie being made. Everybody's really excited about it. It's very fast-paced, like the novel, and there's been a lot of enthusiasm so far from the people who've seen the advanced copies.
Well, first of all, let me tell you that it's not easy for me to make this interview, because all the way here I was thinking about, hey, you're going to interview Dan Brown, I mean, one of the most best-selling authors of all time. I really want to know, what's your secret?
My secret, I hate to say this, is just hard work. I write 7 days a week. I start at 4 a.m. I'm very critical of my own work. I throw out a lot of it to get the pages that end up going in the book. And I wish I had a secret. People say, well, you have a formula. If I have a formula, somebody tell me, because these books take about 3 years to write. I think it's just hard work, as it is in filmmaking or your business, everything.
I really think, in my opinion, that your books talk about some, controversial things. And I want to know if it's hard to you to talk about religion or those kind of things without hurting anyone, or you really don't care. I mean,
No, I never want to hurt anyone. I grew up in a household where I was encouraged to ask questions, difficult questions. For when I wrote Da Vinci Code, for example, I was amazed how many people were upset by it. I felt like I'm just asking a question. What does it mean for Christianity if Jesus is not literally the Son of God? What if he's a mortal prophet? And to me, that was a question that was okay to ask. Not true, apparently. So I never want to hurt anyone. I just want to get people thinking and talking. And I believe that many people, even if they're slightly offended by something I've written, understand that the dialogue it creates is important for our progress, for our understanding of our faith, all of that.
your books, you don't just tell a single story. You talk about real people and real authors and art in full kind of ways. In this book, Inferno, you talk about Dante and
Yes.
Dante's hell. When did you realize I really want to talk about hell?
You know, I took an Italian class when I was in high school. We read an easy version of Inferno, of the Divine Comedy. And I knew really back then that it just spoke to me on a level that it surprised me. I thought this was written, you know, in the 1300s, and it's so vivid and so intense. I read it again in college and knew at some point that I wanted to write about Dante. Could not figure out how to make a medieval epic poem relevant to the modern world, and that's where overpopulation came in. I said, well, what if Dante's Inferno is not history but it's prophecy? And I've been very concerned about overpopulation, so I married the two and was able to write Inferno.
And you talk about Dante's hell, but what about your personal hell? We all have a personal hell.
Yeah, you know what? I think hell is a veil through which you see the world. I think that you and I could be in the same situation. You might see it as heaven, I might see it as hell, just because we're looking at it differently. Hell is a construct of our minds, and I think we would all be very well served to see the world through a veil where we realize it's much, much closer to heaven than hell.
Okay, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Pleasure.
Muchas gracias por ver este video. And finally, just a last thing, I always say goodbye to the viewers with a sentence that is larga vida a los libros.
Larga vida los libros.
Larga vida a los libros. So you want to say it out loud?
Larga vida los libros.
Thank you so much. And nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
¿Cómo te pareció? Bueno, ¿cierto? Gracias por ver este video, te lo agradezco mucho. Si requieres un libro, pásate por mi sitio web, déjame un comentario del libro que necesitas y haré todo el esfuerzo por conseguírtelo y te lo hago llegar. Suscríbete a mi canal, me ayudarías mucho. Te recomiendo esta música para que disfrutes de tu lectura. La lectura es un buen hábito que todos debemos adquirir. Mejora tu escritura, te estimula mentalmente, te ayuda a relajarte, no es costoso ni complicado y amplía tu conocimiento. Mínimo, te recomiendo 30 minutos de lectura diaria. Te aseguro cómo cambiará tu vida.